What's going on, guys? This is Seancutshair. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first attempt at a haircut tutorial. I hope you guys like it. It's a bald fade on one side with a freestyle design on the other. If you guys want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to drop a tutorial a week. I'll also be doing vlogs. I'm heading to Las Vegas this weekend for the LV Expo with Tomb 45, so make sure you check that out. And then I already have another tutorial recorded, so I'll be putting that out soon after. So if you guys like it, subscribe to the channel. That way you can get notified when I put new videos out. If you will, hit the like button. It'll really help the channel. I'm really trying to get going and get this out there. So if you guys watch a lot of tutorial videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm going to try to, keep dropping some heat. So check out the video. Please leave me some feedback. Hit the like button. Let me know what you like, what else you'd like to see, what I do well. This is my first attempt. A few camera errors here and there, but guys, bear with me and let me know what you think on the end. All right, guys, this is my homie Jackson right here. Real special kid to me. If you guys want to know more about that, go to my CT Expo vlog, and you can learn about him. He had been growing his top out right here. We thought we might try to do something with his top, but you can see he's just got that straight chia pet hair. So we're going to start off going in right now with a 2-blade on an Andis Super ZR. I like to use a clipper like this to cut down bulk. It's just going to cut it cleaner and much easier than taking a magic clip or a senior or even my Babyliss and leave less lines in there and just kind of cut it down cleaner. I am going to go right here multiple directions and just go over it and over it until I get it all cut down even and make sure that it's smooth and there's no hair sticking out. Now we're going to set in our bald line. I like to punch it in like this. That way I know that it's consistently bald all the way around where I want it. Some people like to scoop it in so it's not as harsh, but I think it can leave you with a little more unfinished product if you're not as good. But also taking this bald line out is going to be a little more difficult, and I will go into detail with that here when we get to that part. Just going to bald out all this hair. I like to do some of this. You see the area that I'm balding out right now. I like to use my slim lines, which are not very sharp. So I punch it in with my slim lines, and then I bald out a small section with my slim lines. And then I'm going to take my Gold FX, which are a little bit sharper, and I'm going to go up under that. So I'm kind of creating 3 different levels already. So we're going to do what we punched in, and then we scoop with the slim line, which is a little lighter. And then we're going to scoop with the Babyliss, which is going to get it a little bit more bald. And now I'm going to go in with the shaver and clean up that bald underneath. Some of you guys might notice when you're doing your bald shaver to trimmer section that you have a hard time getting different lines out. And I think a lot of the time the shaver is so short, you need to have something that's real sharp like that Gold FX that can get the line out between that and maybe a closed clipper or a slim line or something like that. Starting right here with my open section. This is a Wall Senior with the regular blade, so not the fade blade. So we got the regular blade on there. I'm gonna go up about 1 inch and kind of scoop out as I get up there. Make a consistent guideline all the way around to the back. And like I said, we're gonna do a design on the other side. So I'm only doing half of the head here. Since we punched in our guideline with the slim line, I'm gonna take it out with the slim line. So you can see me here, I'm just scooping up. I'm just gonna scoop that line up just a little bit with the slim line, and then we'll come in with the next shortest, which is my closed Wall Senior. And basically, guys, what we're creating is a slope. So we want to go from each section, we want to go from our shortest length to our longest length. So I know my trimmer is my shortest and open is the longest. The guideline is going to kind of show me where I should stay. That way my fade stays in the shape that I created, and we're just going to work our way up. So I have it closed now, and you can see I'm just bumping that line up a little bit more. I'm just going to go over it a few times as I go through and look for dark spots and bump that up from where we put the trimmer line in. Now you're going to see me play with my lever a little bit and work this last line out. So we have an open clipper above, and we have up to a closed clipper below that, and so what's left should be somewhere in between. So I'm just going to work that lever and start to work that out and work on it until I'm happy with how that blends. Guys, doing this right here is really just having a feel for what you're trying to do. As long as you understand that at the top of the section, it's an open clipper and at the bottom it's closed, then you know that you should be somewhere in between that. So what I'm doing is just going after a dark spot with my lever open a little bit. If it doesn't get it, you see me just nudge it up and close it just a little bit more, and then go after that same spot until I'm happy with the blend. We're gonna come in here with an open one, and I'm using the parietal ridge and the round of his head and just coming straight off the head and blending into that 2 that's above it.
I'm trying to record a video.
Now we're gonna come in with a closed 1 guard, and we're gonna start to work this line out. This is the last part that's going to connect us from the top to what we did on the sides. And then what I don't get with the closed one, I'm going to come in with a half guard right here and just polish out that last little line. Now we're gonna edge him up. He has a little bit of a, what we call a moon pie in the corner, so you're gonna have to take that off. His middle line grows pretty straight, but I'm just gonna start in the middle and take it to each corner and then connect the vertical bars. Again, you can see this side of the head is still like a 2 on the sides. We're gonna cut that down before we do the design. But yeah, we're just creating a symmetrical hairline here. We're gonna cut the first part that we have consistent hair all the way across without cutting way back up into his hairline. That's kind of hard for some people. I know you guys like to play it safe and not really put a line there because you're afraid of pushing people back. And you know, that's one of the battles, but you need to go just far enough into the hair where there's a consistent amount of hair that goes all the way across to where you can get a sharp line without cutting a whole bunch off that's gonna, you know, look bad after a couple days when it grows back in. Camera cut out there, but I cut the side down to an open 1, just like I did on the other side, just to prepare my canvas for doing the design. And now I'm gonna start sketching it in. I hope I can do, next time he comes in, I'm gonna try to break down a video on kind of how I shape my designs and where I put them. But easiest put, kind of in the same band of space that you would do your fade is where I'm gonna place my design. So imagine I put a bald line in, and then imagine if you could see where I took the 1 guard and blended into the top, and it drops in the back a little bit around the crown of the head. That's where I'm gonna place my design. So it's gonna flow over the ear and down into the back. And that's my best way I can explain to you guys where I put them. And we wanna fill the space as good as possible. I know one thing I see a lot when you do designs, people are, you know, a little scared to make the lines too big, and for good reason. But remember, it's a design, it's in the side of somebody's head, it's supposed to pop. So you'll see me sketch it in, and I would advise you guys to just sketch it in real light. And then as we go, we're gonna blow this out and make it bold and thicker in some spots and thinner in others, where we want it, just to kind of add to the flow of the design. I'm gonna blow this tail out here. So we're basically gonna just split that line and make it look like it fans out. And you know, that's something easy you guys can do to transition at the end of your designs, you know, to switch it up a little bit as opposed to just having it kind of whip out with one single line. Just kind of split it, and then you'll see how we fade that in here in a little bit. And again, guys, I'm just tapping, I'm just cleaning up slowly, and you'll see these lines start to thicken up. And I'll go in spots that I want thick and make it a little thicker myself. Also, try to use your kind of your wrist as a pivot point. You can place your wrist and roll your clipper or your trimmer like you just saw me do. You're gonna get a much smoother, more consistent line. And here's a tip. I was saying I'm gonna break down some tips to make your designs fancier. If you guys just put even a simple line through the side of the head, leave the top dark and then come in underneath it with like an open clipper or a closed one, you'll give the illusion that there's a fade there. And it's actually real simple to do. And you don't have to fade the whole side. If you spend a whole bunch of time fading the side and then put your design through, you're really just gonna cut away a lot of the work you did, and then sometimes you won't have hair underneath to do what I'm doing here, which is a double outline. And I apologize for the blurry footage, guys. Like I said, first time filming, I figure out here in a second to go around to the other side and fix it for you. But what we're doing here is creating a double outline. You guys are just gonna follow along the design and leave an even amount of hair all the way around it. Doesn't matter what it looks like underneath, we're gonna bald all that out, but we wanna leave a dark outline underneath to make the design pop out. And again, we're gonna give this illusion that there's something fancy here because it's bald at the bottom and has hair at the top. But really all we're doing is a double outline and cutting everything off underneath. Right here in the front, I'm gonna do a slight double outline on the front edge of this design to see how far I go up, and then we're gonna kind of bald fade that in at an angle so that we leave our front edge up dark, but also create a little blend right there to make it pop. Now I'm just fading this up in the same steps that I did the other side. So we did a slim line at the bottom, doing a closed clipper, and then you saw me already go in with the one guard up there at the top. Now we're going to connect the fade from the other side in right here. So I'm bringing that open clipper around, and I'm going to make my bald line the top of that design where it splits. We're going to connect that bald line like it was connected to the other side. I'm going to bald out this bottom a little bit more as we blend it up. You see right here, I kind of made my bald line like a drop fade, went around the back and then connected to that design. And again, we're just bumping that out, closed clipper, half open, and I already did the open section above that. Now with the design at the bottom, we're just gonna fade it from the bottom right corner of it up until the sharp point. So the same thing, you're gonna fade the same way you did before. You'll see me, as I go, kind of cut this down even more than it was. And that's because his hair is so dark, and because of the placement at the back of the neck, I want it to fade out and not be too dark, too low, because it kind of have hair out in the middle of nowhere. So you see me go back in now with my trimmer, and then I'm gonna go back in with my Gold FX to bald out that very bottom of that. Then all we have left is to fade this top little dark spot in right there in the back into the top, and then see the finished product. All right, guys, there's the finished cut. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Leave me some comments below. Let me know how you liked it and what more you would like to see from me. We can do some more designs on him next time. I'll try to break down some more details on that. And got a crop top coming soon. Go show Jackson some love. Seancutshair on Instagram. He's a cool kid, real important to me, and real cool story. So go check that out. Go check out the CT Expo vlog if you want to see more about him. And catch you guys next time.